Hello, my name is Jennifer from the channel Let's Get Creative, and I hope you're having a happy holidays. It's Christmas today, December 25th, 2022. Anyway, I don't have a specific thing in mind that I'm going to create today. We're just going to have fun and play. I've got a couple items here. I have a tag styled punch. I have a penguin punch. This is from Stampin' Up, the company that I am a administrator for. And then I have a variety of paper that I got from Stampin' Up. They're from different sets. So we'll get into that after that I have folded. I intend to put them into a journal once we're done. So it's actually just decorating the pages today. I have some 3x5 cards that I thought I might decorate as well. And then in front of me I have, the Stampin' Up! Blocks for stamping with. I have several stamp sets. And I have a couple Distress Oxide as well. I have the Stampin' Mist to clean everything up. I also have the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint, and that's to help create like a snow effect. That's Stamping Up as well. However, this is a last chance product, so we won't see that one again. I've got some Stampin' Blends from Stampin' Up. Don't worry that it's colored. It just stains that way. It is clean and ready for another color to go on it. A water brush. And what else do I have at my disposal here? I have some Versamark ink. Versamark ink is good for stamping an image and then using embossing powder and a heat gun to emboss images with, or you can do like watermark kind of stamping onto colored paper. So it's a pretty cool tool. I like it. And anyways, so that's that. How is your holidays? I'd like to know. Was it good? Was it bad? Do you celebrate the holidays? Are you celebrating? What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa? Something else? Let me know. Drop it in the comments just down below this video. And all right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of paper, one of the pieces of paper here, and I'm going to, hopefully you can, okay, there we go. We are going to take this paper, decide what we're going to do with it. So here I have a container of all pre-cut out tags and that I've stamped on. With my tag punch that I cut out, I have some paper that hasn't been cut that I can use to decorate with. And so my process is a little bit more reckless abandon now. I used to have, kind of like a way that I wanted to put everything together. Mind my mess on the floor there, sorry. But now I'm just going with the flow here and seeing what works and what doesn't and just doing that. And so I got a tag here that says welcome. I think that would look nice on there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my tool bag that has, scissors and glue in it, very essential items when you're crafting. And I'm going to open up. I've got some, oh, I just dropped something there. It's always the case. Okay, I got to open up this glue and it's been a pain in the butt. Okay, hold the phone. It is glued shut. Okay, we got it. I got it. There we go. We're back. We are back. Okay, so I'm going to open up the glue and use the Elmer's small stick because it's a smaller item. I have wider ones for bigger surfaces. And just run it across This is hard to work with showing you this way on the camera, but hey, we all learn by trying and trying and trying again. Doesn't make perfect, but it does definitely make you better. And so there you go. So we added a welcome tag on there. And it's looking pretty plain, that page. And so I'm going to, did I knock down? I did knock down my embellishments. All right, fair enough. So let's just go on to some stamping then, shall we? I've got a nice image of a tree here. And I can use some peacock feathers, distress oxide, some Versamark, some crackled pistachio distressed oxide, or I do have one of the Stampin' Spots in basic gray. I think I'm going to stamp in gray. I think that will look really pretty. So we're just going to open that up. Okay, and take the image, and we're just going to press it until it's got a nice full coverage. Turn it around. Yes, it's colored. We're going to go down on it and give it a good press. That is what you call first dimension. Anyways, there's stamping. You can stamp in a once. Then you can second generational stamp with the ink that's on there. I would say give it a good press for your second generation, and even more of a press for your third generational stamp. And this just lends to, you can see the darkness to the lightness. So you can have a soft muted look, which looks kind of like watercolor, to a darker, more crisper image. So that's some generational stamping. That's one stamping technique there. And so this is the ombre bags that I simply folded in half, because I'm going to sew in the center of this into a signature and put it in a journal, leaving this part open to tuck some neat little things in. This part is closed, and so it lends to a page to embellish. And, well, I would say right on this side and embellish on these sides. Okay, so I am now going to grab let's see, I'm going to grab a 3.5 by 5 card. It doesn't quite fit for the pocket, so what I'm going to do is end up folding it in half. And then it will go into the pocket. And it's a great place to do some journaling with. And so I'm going to even take a 3.5 by 5 card and add a little some pizzazz to it. So here's another option for the stamp pad. And that is to take the paper in your hand and just, you're not going to see that. There we go. I'm really close. Okay. No, it's not going to work that way. Okay. Okay. We're going to put it here. I'm going to show you. You could take the ink spot and just drag it across the edge to distress it and give it a nice, distress look. So you can go direct to paper with that, and all around the edges I'm going, except for where it creased in the center. Now I'm going to take the stamping blend tool and go over the ink pad and get it colored up, because I want to show you how this works. And so we're going to, we got color on it, and then we're just going to rub it onto the page and give it another piece of distressing. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. It's this lends for a very nice junk journal. And I think I got the color off of it already, so I'm going to put some more color on Just tapping it on there. And then smudging it along the edges to distress it nicely. And don't worry about you're working on top of the page here, because that's just going to lend, again, a little bit more distressing into the page. And so, oh, and I dropped it. Oh, I've got a case of the dropsies. Okay, so let's go to the 3x5 here. And we're going to add a little bit more interest to it. So this would say, I would say we'd write on this side. This side I'm going to leave for now decorating. And so how are we going to decorate this? I'm going to go back to that tree. And we're going to first generation stamp slightly off the page. And we're going to first generation stamp again. Slightly off the page. I'm making a bit of a kind of pattern paper here. And we're going to second generational stamp in the center. Then we're going to third generational stamp on the corner. See that? And then we're going to see if we can do a fourth generational stamp on this corner. And that's very, very faint. But you see how you make a pattern paper and you're changing it, you're changing it's the same image, but it's different. It's the same hue, the same image, but a different shadow and shading of it. And so that's something there. Now, I'm going to use, I don't know if I want to use, I think I want to use the Distress Oxide Peacock. I'm going to come in, give it a shake, and then just want to give it just a tiny little squirt, because you see a lot comes out. A lot comes out. And we're going to squirt it just a little bit around the page there. And then there's a couple techniques you can do with the Distress Oxide. This one, I'm going to play with it because it's very wet. And so a technique I like to do is blow. So I'm going to blow that image around. You see how I've taken it and blown it into a nice splatter. I know you can hear the blowing. You just can't see that. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do that. And then there is also a technique here with Distress Oxide. When you add a liquid to it, like a water-based liquid, effect happens. Look at that. Watch. It's like magic. Like magic. It's just, see how it changes color. And it's just beautiful. Magnificent. I love stamping, and, you know, and then I've got, yeah, okay, so I'm losing my train for a second there. Let's get back on track. So, I love stamping, and I love playing with ink, and this is an ink dauber that you use with the Distress Oxide. Now, not necessarily the liquid. There is actual other things to use, and I'm getting my journal all amuck. Okay, so I'm going to use this just to blend it out, spread it around, mix up that color, and in a very random way, because we want the natural process of this happening. And then you see there's another color that's coming out that's already on this. I'm going to spread that out with my journal and just clean it up a bit. I don't mind if my journal gets distressed, but I want to blend it in so that it looks distressed. Okay, and I lost my 3x5 card. Yes, I did. Let's work on something else. Okay, so here, this is one of the 4x6 cards. And I'm not sure. I guess they could lend to a card front. They could lend to a mat for a photograph. I simply folded it in half to go into, this would be 6 inches high, or sorry, This is 6. So this would be, hold on. Okay, let's open it up. This is 6 inches wide, or yeah, long by 4 inches high. So I fold it in half. So now we are 3 inches wide by, yeah. So anyways, that's going in a journal. I used a tag that you would get at the dollar store to decorate it so far. It has gold foiling on it and a nice little pattern already. And when you flip it over, it has a black and white in it. And so you could call it done there, but I'm not. I'm not going to call it done. I am going to now go back with the ink and the blender and pick up some good color here, because we're very already inked and everything like that. Okay, or colored. The page is already colored, and I'm going to just come in and put a couple little spots here and just blend it. Use the blender all around to just distress. And yeah, we're having some stamping fun on paper. And so yeah, this is good. This is fun. I really love to create. I really love to make journals and greeting cards and things of that nature. Now I'm going to grab another piece of, nope, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to take that tree image. I'm going to clean it up over here. And what I mean by clean it up is see if there's any color left on it. No, good. Because the next thing I want to do is take the Versamark for that tone and toe effect and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to push the tree onto the Versamark pad. Okay. Then we are going to turn it back to the black and white because we want more contrast to show the tone on tone. Give that a solid press down. And don't really necessarily see it. So I'm going to come in now with the Distress Oxide Crackled Pistachio and give that a spritz over top of the Versamark. Let's see what happens. One spritz is enough there. You can see it's quite saturated with color and very, very wet. And so I am going to now take the blender and just go in circles here. Okay, I'm going to go in circles here. I am showing you some Stampin Techniques here and playing with my tools and just having a great time decorating. Okay, so now we're going to hold it up. And how does that look? Well, you barely see the tree. You can't see the forest through the trees, can you? Oh, gosh. Okay, so then I'm going to take that same tree. Now we're going to go back into the gray ink on top of that green and give a, let the tree show up. Okay, so the tree, so we got to get it nice and inked and put it right kind of center. Doesn't have to be perfect. And for it to be beautiful. And look at that. We got a tree on the green on top of a black and white. So, I mean, you can think, you know, black and white, it's too dark, can't decorate it without putting paper or whatever on top. No, that's not true at all. Okay, so that is the inside. And that is the outside. And let's do a little something here with the outside. I think, even though it's, I just wanted to stress it is what I'd like to do. So I'm going to take the blender yet again on the ink. And then we're going to just distress the edges a little bit. Just press it along here. And get some color on there. All right. Here we go. We just pounce it on there. yeah, let's just dab it on the ink and pounce the color on. All right, I don't necessarily have to just rub, and then I can just rub it all out. Rub it all out. And there we go. Make sure it's clean for later. By cleaning it all out. There we go. All right, so there are a couple different stamping techniques there for you. We did the 3x5 card, which is on the floor. Then we had this page here, and I think we did start decorating something else. Okay, so now you've taken another, here shows you right here. I'm going to get another image here. Okay. Happier than happy for you. And I think I'm going to add a nice little heart. Okay. And this is on a wooden stamp. So then there's wooden stamps. There's rubber stamps that go onto the block. And then there's photopolymer stamps. Stampin' Up! Makes all 3 types of stamps. So we're going to stamp a bit of a heart up at the top there off the page, and then a heart there on the page. Okay, so that's happier for you. And the back, I took the tag and cut it out of the back page. So you've got a little hidden element. Now you can you could see that paper through there, or you could put even a piece of paper on top of it and let it be a different color at the back, or just let it be like that. And I think I'm just going to let it be like that. This is gold shiny on the inside. I'm not sure. I think I will distress it as well with some of the gray here. And if you notice, I'm only using one Stampin' Spot, 2 Distress Oxides, and a Versamark Partridge in a Pear Tree. And so here we go. So now we are using the ink here with the Stampin' Blend, and we're cleaning off our Stampin' Blend at the same time. And then I'm going to go around the edge with it, and we are going to distress this paper and let it pop and give it some wow. Okay. So that's pretty much all I'm going to show for today. I'm just going to show all those different stamping techniques and how to use the blender brush and the Distress Oxides and the Versamark and a stamping spot. So that's different stamping techniques there. I haven't taken track of how many. I was just going with the flow there, and I'll watch the video and I'll figure it out, and I'll put it in the description box. Anyways, this is Jennifer. Let's get creative. And I thank you for watching this video. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you hopefully in my next video. Thank you. Goodbye.